What is going on, guys? Got a more casual match here for you guys, Digimon EX3. Over on the left, we're playing the 4 Great Dragons. We're going to see Pulsemon and then Analog Youth revealing a bunch of cards to add the Patamon Searcher from the hand. I'm playing an old favorite of mine, actually just BT6 Agubond. Like, I don't even think I have Crimson Blazes or any sort of new cards in there. I'm pretty sure it's actually just like Agumon from a year ago. So anyways, guys, we are going to push out the Agumon, gain the memory and the draw off of the tie, go into the bread and butter combo. You already know. Promo Greymon, of course, dies the first check, never survives, hitting the Miko mode, and then just playing the Geo Greymon, popping the Patamon Searcher. Against any other deck, I would be absolutely cooked, but we're playing against 4 Great Dragons, so not really much to worry about here. The Patamon Searcher is going to come down, revealing the top 4, grabbing a trial of the 4 Great Dragons, and then I think it also searches like an Angel card, so we're just going to grab the trial and then bottom deck the rest. And just going to Digivolve into the Anjumon, which we already had, and then playing the trial from the hand at no additional cost. Already set up for some big plays. We see the Magnadramon in the hand there. It can come down. Lightning Joust on the Geo Greymon, dying to the second copy of Miko mode. A little bit unlucky, but we're just going to Atomic Blaster kill the Anjumon. Now that's an old one I have not seen in quite a bit. So we're going to go ahead and pass the memory over to our opponent. He's sitting at 5, I believe. So we've got the Pulsemon as well, who I think has the effect of, like, if you're at 3 security, it becomes a blocker or something. It's going to swing, hitting into the Agumon Expert, drawing a card off Upamon, and then TK is going to come down for a cost of 4, grabbing the Gatomon, shuffling it up, and recovering 1, of course, and then putting the rest back into security. We've also got the ability for trial, so you could definitely floodgate me out of being able to swing into security. That's exactly what he's going to do. So trial lets you play the Magnadramon for free, and then following that up with the TK Kari. So because of Magnadramon's effect, all of my Digimon currently have security attack -2. I believe it's -1 regularly, and then -2 with the trial. And then it's a blanket effect, so that's really, really powerful. So then we're going to Geo-Gray, pop the Pulsemon there, and then Magnadramon does die at the end of the effect of Trial, and I think you get to play another Trial from your hand if you do have one, but unfortunately for my opponents, not going to be able to do that. We are just going to Godflame the Geo Greymon, and then grab the Trial back with the Godflame effect, so that's really nice. But the thing about the deck is you definitely need to see certain cards to be able to play out the Trial, because you don't ever want to just hard play it for 8. That is just terrible. Like, really don't do that. So we're just going to Gatomon for 4. I'm going to Agubond. I don't care. I'm swinging into this guy's security, trashing the top and checking 1, hitting a trial, unfortunately. So without that, I think I did have the game, well, at least my opponent's down to 1, and I'd be able to, I know I have a hybrid in hand, I could maybe play an Agumon or something, but at this point in the game, I am pretty, it's pretty back and forth. So Agumon is going to die, and TK Kari is not going to trigger since we're both at 1 security. So my opponent is going to start, of course, with his 3 memory, popping the trial to be able to play the Megidramon, deleting my Agumon there. Won't be able to warp into a bond next turn. And then we are just going to probably like play a Gatomon or something. We are thinking about playing it or evolving it, playing it, putting me to 1, revealing the top 4, and grabbing the Azulongmon there, revealing now the Koromon, Agumon, into possibly a Geogreymon here. So Geogreymon popping the Gatomon. Megidramon, of course, dies, playing the trial out for free. The thing about the trial is it doesn't inherently give the Digimon Rush. That's at least good for me, because you do need to be able to have the inherited for that. So trial is going to play a Zulong, who does draw 2, gain 2 memory, and then Tinkermon is going to swing at the last security card here, but my opponent definitely needs to be able to out my board, because if I've got I can swing for lethal, or even without the Agubond, and with the Agubond, I don't really think there's anything he can do, because unless he puts up like 2 blockers, I can always just pop a Digimon and then, get rid of his last security. But Magnadramon is actually pretty much the only card that stops all of that nonsense, being able to just completely negate the effect that I can't attack security, or I can, but nothing will happen. So I'm going to swing a Geo Greymon there, into the Tinkerbon, not being able, realizing I'm not going to be able to do security, we're just going to swing at the Tinkerbond, and then Digivolve into the Greymon for a cost of 2. It does swing security. It does have security attack minus 1, because the Magnetron was not played by the Trial of the Four Great Dragons, so it only minus 1 security attack, so since we're checking 2, we just check 1 regularly, and then we're going to Gaia Force it so that it dies, and then a Zulong dies because of the Trial. So my opponent is left without any Digimon. I've got 2 Greymons on the field, but Magnetron number 3 is going to come down, a Sec attack minus 1 to everything, God Flaming the Greymon so that I can't attack it with him for lethal. So that is just absolutely unfortunate. Hopefully I have another Gaia Force to be able to do something, but this is actually a pretty fun back and forth, a very, very close game here. Geo Greymon not going to be able to swing for lethal, again, because he's got Sec Attack minus 1, and Agunimon also wouldn't be able to because the whole Idramon effect just affects everything, even if it comes into play after the fact. So we are just going to scoop it up. Game 1 is going to go to 4 Great Dragons. And then game 2, I'm going to go ahead and start Agumon in the back, plus a Fireball, drawing 2. TK is a pretty strong start, grabbing the Tinkermon, shuffling it up, and being able to have that rookie for the next turn is really solid as well. I'm just going to go ahead and swing into security. Man, these main modes just absolutely love my opponent's security. Like, that is the third one that's been in security in the last couple games. So we're just going to play the TK number 2, grabbing the Gatomon Searcher and putting it over to me. I don't think I have a pretty good hand, to be honest. I've got the Bondagu, and then we're just going to go Marcus. Bondagu, you typically only ever want to see like late game. Usually you want to see like the plus 2k inherited, so you can go like Geogray for 7k or the Promo Gray for 7k or whatever. Getting the draw, of course, as well. And then Vidramon is going to be evolved, grabbing the Arrow Vidramon there. Arrow Vidramon can also play the Trial of the Four Great Dragons, just like the Anjomon that we grab off the Gatomon. So we've got both in play. And the Gatomon inherited, I believe, gives them Rush. I think the Arrow Vidramon does the same thing. It'll be on the screen here. And then the Agumon gives you like a draw every time you play for Great Dragons. I'm going to turn 3 Bond and just, you know, trash top 2 my security, popping the Vidramon, and then checking 2 with the fact that I've got the Sec Attack plus 1 inherited from the Agumon. And then Atomic Blaster my opponent, and then just my Bond dies at the end of the turn. So now all I need is a couple more swings. We're down to 3 security. He's down to 1. I'm not really worried about like lethal because my opponent's deck doesn't really do a lot of damage. Maybe they should have made like a 4 Great Dragon that has like Sec Attack plus 1 or something. Like maybe Magidramon, like when you play it, gain Sec Attack plus 1 or whatever. Maybe like a foil to like Magnetramon, because you can like stun your opponent really well, and Magidramon has removal. Goldramon's really cool, but like he's only a late game finisher. He requires way too much setup, so I don't even know if we're going to see Goldramon at any point, but he does require you to go through like all the other Great Dragons anyways. So Gatomon's going to come down, and then Anjomon Digivolved on top of that, playing the Trial for free, and then I'm going to go ahead, gain the 2 from the Agumon, bond my opponent. He's going to scoop before I can do anything, and then we're just going to go ahead and end it off with that. That's going to be game number 2. Alright, so third game, Upamon hatched into the Agumon, and of course the T-Kizzle for the first move here is going to grab the Vidramon. So really strong opening play from 4 Great Dragons. I'm going to see the plus 2000 Agumon, and then Greymon for 2, and Red Memory Boost. So very, very ideal opening. The only thing I could complain about is the fact that I don't have a Ty or a Marcus to be able to give me some extra memory. Vidramon is going to on evolve look at the top 4, revealing triple Magnetramon, grabbing 2 since I think it can grab a Drummon plus a 4 Great Dragon. So again, the bane of my existence, Magnetramon, is just going to be added to my hand. At least I don't have to worry about 4 of them probably this turn. We're going to God Flame. It's going to minus like 6k, I think. But my Greymon is 7k because of the inherited there. And then second check, not going to die. So extremely lucky I live there. And the 4 Great Dragons is going to, Trial of the 4 Great Dragons is going to hit the board. I'm just going to Gaia Force my opponent so that he can't swing over my Greymon the next turn. We are going to pop the Trial to be able to play in a Zulong for 0, drawing 2, gaining 2 memory since it was played off Trial. And then God Flaming, once again, really powerful removal card there. TK Kari for a cost of 4, putting me to 2. Agumon evolved for a cost of 0. My opponent's going to go to a billion memory, so I might as well just put him to 3. We're going to Agubond tie, and then he's going to go to 7. Of course, as Oolong dies, being able to play the Trial off of its effect. And then going to go ahead, Digivolve the Pulsemon there. Yep, Pulsemon is going to be evolved. I think we're also sitting at 3 security, so that's cool. At least he might be able to block something. We're going to use Trial to play the Magnadramon number 1 here. Sec attack -2 to the whole field. So even something like Greymon won't really be able to do much. And then we've got Aerovedramon as well. I think Aerovedramon is also a blocker when you've got a Trial of the 4 Great Dragons or card with 4 Great Dragons on the field. And then it's inherited, I think, gives the blocker to all of your dragons. So really cool stuff there. I'm just going to go ahead and Gaia Force it. And the Magnadramon is going to die at the end of the turn, of course. Putting my opponent to 10, effectively with the TK Karis. So we're just going to go ahead and start with a ton of memory here. Pulsemon's going to come out. Goldramon or Goldramon is going to come down for 12, putting me to 2. At the very least, I don't have to worry about the Magnadramon Floodgate effects. We are going to promote Lightning Jousting the Greymon, checking for 9,000. Of course, he is going to block that with the Pulsemon here. Otherwise, I would have checked 3 security cards. And then we're just going to Fireball, draw a couple of cards here, and then play Red Memory Boost, revealing the top 4, grabbing an Agumon to potentially be able to go into that in the next couple of turns. I'm still chilling here. I'm at 5 security, so I'm not super worried about like my whole field dying or like me losing to his Digimon here. We are going to swing and then neg 6 with the Goldramon effect, hitting the Atomic Blaster, of course not being able to kill it because it is 8,000, and then just hard playing big dragons against Agubon is like, it's fine. Like I've gone through 2 Gaia Forces, so these guys won't die because they were hard played, so we're not going to die because of the Trial effect. And then we've just got 2 big bodies that I can't really do anything to unless I bond. So we are going to play another tie. My opponent keeps doing the Goldramon pose, like the hand in the front. Like I don't know what he's on, bro. But anyway, so he just keeps doing that. I'm gonna kill it with my 3rd Gaia Force. I think 2nd or 3rd Gaia Force of the game. Then the Agumon is going to come out. Vedramon is going to be evolved, revealing top 4, being able to grab the Trial there. So that's really good. Holy Dramon probably going to swing security, so we're going to see the Agumon there. Thank you, get out of here. I hate Magnadramon so much. Like, God, it is such an annoying card to deal with. It's like constantly getting Holy Wave every single turn. But that's about all the deck can do, to be honest. So anyways, we are going to go ahead and die to that. And then I think we were talking about some rulings here. Being able to trigger the draw 1 off of the Agumon effect or something. I'm not sure. But anyways, we're just going to hard play Magnadramon number 2, -2 sec to all of my, or -1 rather, to all of my whole field. So just that kind of Holy Wave effect for the turn. Gonna gain 3 memory going on up into the Agumon here. Could definitely bond, but it wouldn't check anything. It would just be able to trash a security card, and then I would put myself in a really bad position. I am just going to Agumon Expert, grab the bond back. So that's a really cool combo you can do, since it just specifies Agumon in the name. But of course you can't bond over the Agumon Expert itself. You can only bond over like a regular Agumon. And we're just going to Atomic Blaster the Vedramon here, leaving my opponent with just a single dragon on field, and then leaving him with 4 memory. Megidramon is going to come down, popping the Agumon, so unfortunately won't be able to bond in the next turn, and then Aerovedramon is just going to come down. My opponent with 3 big dragons on field. Is looking pretty scary right now, but I do have the Bond Agu in the back, and then we know I've got the Bond from the previous turn, so we'll definitely be able to do stuff from that, especially since I've got the Agumon. So I do think I can go for lethal within the next turn. So we're just going to swing Agumon Expert into security there. Wasn't super necessary. I guess I could have just kept that. But at the end of the day, you are playing a rush deck, and then I'm just going to guarantee myself a little bit more memory, grabbing the 2nd copy of Agumon with the red memory boost here. And then just probably passing turn with another memory boost or another tamer, maybe an Agumon or something. Lots of cards in hand, so definitely a lot of options. I know my opponent's not playing anything like Death X or like anything like that, so not super worried about it. But we are going to go give him +4 memory with the the TK Karis here. Goldramon is going to come down. He has got the full setup. We've got Magnadramon, Azulong, Megidramon, being able to swing, shuffling the rest back minus 6,000, and then trashing 2 of my security cards, checking 1, and then Magnadramon going for game, guys. That is going to be the Godramon finisher for my opponent. So 4 Great Dragons taking this one, proving itself superior to Agubond. But anyways, guys, that's going to do for the video. If you enjoyed, let me know down in the comment section below. But thank you for watching, as always, and we will see you in the next one.